Hey Deckers, the Street Fighter 6 demo has been out for around a week and it does work quite well on Steam Deck. However, there are a few issues that you want to watch out for and a few performance issues as well. But as you can see here in the battle arena with the one-to-one style fights, the action is fast, furious and extremely fun, as well as holding pretty much 60 flat. However, this isn't the news out of the box. If you don't have compatibility modes set, during the launch, you will have a video missing. This could also mean that other videos later, if you can see a flashing image in a few seconds, so be warned. So if you do see this rapid flashing and horrible image on the video, then you need to go and change your compatibility. It needs to be one of the Proton GE. I was using Proton GE 755 for these tests. You could use the GE 801 as it doesn't need FSR, but the Proton Experimental and standard Protons don't render that video. The main battles though have no problems on this one-to-one battle mode on the lowest settings. So let's have a quick look at the settings that I did run here to get the best out of this. A few things to watch out for here. First of all, you can only change the settings from the top level menus. You want to make sure you do this before you start any of the major campaign section. When you come into the graphics, and on the graphics options, you want to set the top quality to low, and then you want to come into the basic graphic settings and set the maximum frame rate back up to 60. And then you pretty much want to leave everything else as default. And unfortunately, the resolution is stuck at 1280 by 720, no 1280 by 800 yet. The other thing you need to do is go to Game and Other Settings and set the shader warming on startup to perform. This won't kick in until you go back up to the top level, and you'll know when it does because you'll get a compiling shaders slider. Doesn't take very long, it only takes around 30 seconds or so. Do that the first time, but this will really improve things later on. Unfortunately, the performance in the world mode or the career mode is far from what you saw at the beginning. Holding 40 frames per second is pretty slim here. And if you try to push the graphic settings any higher than what I showed you a minute ago, you get a really random slowdown. If you try and increase the model detail to high or tweak some of the other settings to try and get a bit better quality at the expense of the frames, as you can see it's down very close to the 30s now, it almost turns into slow motion. And the more that you increase that and lower it gets to the 30 or under 30 frames per second, the slower the world mode seems to get. Unfortunately as well with the character creation, anything hair related on the lower settings with the rubbish anti-aliasing just looks absolutely atrocious on your character, but world battles with the settings that we showed at the start do seem to work quite well. Not quite 60 frames per second, but also not down in the 30s and 40s, so you will for the most part, moving around the world and having the battles in career mode, manage a decent 40 to 60 frames per second. It does dip down in some of the group fights, but still looks and performs just fine. Hopefully with a few more tweaks for the release of this game, it will work a lot better on the Steam Deck, and hopefully they'll get that video issue sorted as well for the default Proton. Let us know if you're going to be diving into Street Fighter 6, and let's hope that they fix the career mode. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.